What's up, nerds? Welcome to Nintendo Power Block for January 26th, 2018. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Garrigan. Alongside me, as always, that retro code, Edward Varnell.
I got Lost Sphere. Yes.
Yes. Show everybody, Ed. Show everybody.
Everybody, I have the physical copy of Lost Sphere. I know you can probably see the light gleaming in this backwards, but it's still in the plastic. It just came in, so I haven't even got a chance to patch it or install it or whatever to start the game, but super happy, ready to dig into this game. On top of, I gotta buy another game that my boss might talk about, but yeah. Hello, everybody.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to talk about the games. I'm going to talk about all the games, Ed. All of
the games.
Okay, so yeah, man, I'm sorry. My eyes are just like, because I got up. So right now it's 5:30 Eastern time. I woke up at, well, my wife had to leave for work, and I got up like as soon as she left for work. So it was like probably 8:45. And like I worked on the website a little bit. I worked on some social media stuff a little bit, which, by the way, I need to give you the social media passwords and stuff in the group chat. Don't let me forget that.
Okay.
And I started like messing around with some stuff. I edited NGP, and I edited like all the shows that need to go up next week. But I started messing around, and I threw on some movies and stuff. So, by the way, I've watched 4 Marvel movies in the last few days, whatever. And like, I was messing around, and I cut a trailer for the YouTube page, and it only took me like 7 hours to do. Man, dude, like that. Honestly, if you're an audio listener and like, you can go to youtube.com/NGR radio. Yes. Thank you so much for everybody who clicked over to the YouTube page and subscribed. But now it's probably the best video we've ever cut, I think. The trailer is very, very good. I used the theme song from NGR radio, and I cut it to make sure like all of our shows were kind of included, and it's so good. Just click over to the YouTube page and subscribe while you're there, but also check out that trailer. I'm pretty proud of it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to tell everybody. I'm telling the world. I texted my mom, and she's like, "What? I don't get it. What is technology?" But you know, I'm pretty proud of this trailer, man. It's a good one.
You get this. Yes, you get to see all our shows into one trailer on who we are and what we do, and just the fun that we have on this network, but the discussions that we all love to talk about when it comes to video games. Yeah. So guys, check out the trailer. And if you like it, subscribe and share with your friends so they can subscribe too. I can usually tell like if something's okay or not by how many A's Ed puts in his yes, and like there's probably like 20 A's in the one that I sent you with the trailer. So yes. I was pretty proud of myself. I judge myself on the number of A's Ed puts in his yes. So yes. Yes.
Oh man. But anyways, back to the real show. Ed, what are you playing? What have you been playing?
I've been playing Monster Hunter Stories and really digging this game. And for all you Switch owners and stuff, you know, be happy for PlayStation and Xbox owners that's getting Monster Hunter World today. When you guys watch this video on Friday, or today, because you don't understand how fun the Monster Hunter games could be. And Monster Hunter Stories feels like a traditional role-playing game mixed with Pokemon in it. But it's funny, it's engaging, and you just will be hooked on it like I am. Like I'm getting deep into this game, and it's kind of hard trying to go back to Yokai watching Dragon Quest 8. because it's just like I want to get as many monsters. I want to level them up. I want to see what they could do. I want to see what I get in my egg. All these monsters I'm going to fight, like what strategies to use and stuff. Uh, it's really good and really deep. If you have not picked this game up, I advise you guys do try it. And I hopefully, if you guys who do have a 3DS or a Switch, if you have a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One also, do go out and support Monster Hunter World. I've been seeing the reviews for it, and it's been very positive. I want the Monster Hunter series to continue to be successful in America, because it deserves to be acknowledged that it's a really good fun series. Other than that, moving on to my Xbox, Assassin's Creed Origins, for PlayStation, Uncharted, Lost Legacy. Going to be jumping back in Yakuza 0, and I need to revisit Rye, and I'll be starting Hellblade in a couple of weeks. But I want to go back through Rye. Because I want to get back into relearning the story, like solving puzzles, just listening to the music. There is a purpose for that, but I'll give details later on. But for Switch, of course, Xenoblade Saga. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I keep saying Saga. Getting further into that, and the game is just getting so good, so deep, just and still comedic. I think I'm gonna try to get my characters at least up to level 80. I'm going to put a lot of hours before I even beat the game. So that's kind of my plan right there. Other than that, Graceful Explosion Machine, Golf Story, the same old indie games. And then I'm going to start up Doom for Switch, because I still have it in the package. I haven't started it yet. I want to get ready. I want to get Doom and try to beat it and get the feel of it, so I can understand how Wolfenstein 2 part is going to be looking and playing on Switch when that gets released. And then like this weekend for next episode, I'll be telling you guys more about Lost Sphere, jumping into that game soon also. But that's what I've been playing. I am going to be picking up Celeste next week, so I'll talk more about that when I get a chance. And Blossom Tale, I'm also going to be picking up soon for this weekend, and talk about it on next episode. So, but yeah, that's nice. What I've been playing.
Nice. I've been playing a few games actually. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, I'm still working my way through, but I've been hooked on a couple other games, man. I've been hooked on Super Meat Boy. I know I've been talking about that a lot on shows lately. But the one I'm really hooked on right now is Lumo. And for those that don't know what it is, it's kind of it's a puzzle game. How I was describing it to Edward early on, it's like if Captain Toad, it's like a simplified Captain Toad, but all the levels were just rooms in a maze, and like you have to solve the puzzle to get out of the room, but you also have to solve the floors as a maze, and you gain different abilities as you go through to get to other places, so it also has a Metroid aspect to it. It's really a cool game. It's not like the most amazing game I've ever played, but it's got me hooked, man. It's like, it's cool, and like the camera is it's all about like it's like a camera is in the corner of a room, and and it's just like the static camera, and you move around the room what you can see and whatever, and like you can move the camera a little bit but not really, and it's just like this really cool game. It opens up, it like just watching gameplay of this game, like when it opened up I was like, what is this game? This is not the game I bought. But you're this character and they get sucked into like this digitized world, and I think like the premise of the game, I'm not sure because I'm not far enough, but it looks like you kind of get stuck in like one of those Windows screensavers is like the premise of the game, but like it's very beautiful. The music is very like, I would leave my Switch on just to fall asleep to the music. It's very soothing and calming, and like the sound effects are very good, and the collectibles are kind of funny. Like there's rubber ducks that you can collect, and cassette tapes that you can listen to later with soundtrack on it, and it's pretty cool. I like it a lot.
It's very weird because Lumo did come out on PS4 and it might be on Xbox One, and didn't nobody talk about it.
I know, and like this has been on my radar for a while. I knew it was coming to Switch, and I was waiting for like a sale or something because I thought it was $29.99 because the physical copy on Amazon for a long time was $40. So I was like, well, the digital copy is probably $39.99. And then I looked, and the digital version of the game was $19.99. I'm like, well, I have some eShop credit, thanks to Edward, because he's mean and sends me gifts. He's mean and sends me gifts. I think that's the opposite of mean, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, I had some credit, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick up Lumo. I'm just gonna download it, and man, that game has me hooked. I really recommend you at least check it out. Like, there's a trailer on the eShop page. There's gameplay and trailer on YouTube all over the place. So I highly recommend it if you are looking to itch that Captain Toad fix. But then I also picked up Blossom Tales, and it is it's not hiding the fact that it is a Link to the Past clone. It even opens up, like the first cutscene you see.
It's raining.
No, the first cutscene is the two children in the house and the grandpa in a rocking chair. And he's like, what story do you want to hear? And he's like, I'll pick one. Let me tell you about a little elf boy who wears green and saves the land of... And then it just says H ... And the kids are like, we've heard that one 1,000,000 times. And then he's like, okay, well, let me tell you about this story of a little elf girl named Lily. And then like it fades out and fades into like the opening scene of Link to the Past, but it's the character from Blossom Tales in the bed instead of Link. It's very clearly, and like you even have to go, like the way you enter the castle for the first time is almost identical to Link to the Past, where you have to go up and to the right and around the side and, you know, jump down the hole. And yeah, it's
the interpretation.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I'm like, you guys are really treading that line of copy paste right here.
Exactly.
But the art style is really cool. It's pretty. But I've only played about 45 minutes of it because I've been so stuck on Lumo and Super Meat Boy that I can't stop. So
yes.
But yeah, and then I don't know. I got distracted by this trailer Nintendo dropped. It's a highlight Nindy eShop for 3DS and Switch, and they were just showing off a bunch of Switch games that are available now. So but yeah, it's been a good week. It's been a long week already, but it's been a good week. So.
Exactly. And I don't know if you've seen this one. Danarama, the black girl with the afro thing, that is coming to PS4. I wonder if that release date is off for Switch.
I mean,
because
it's coming to PS4 first, I think, right?
It was supposed to come to Switch first.
Oh.
You remember because they showed it when they first showed it off. It was in February when they was doing that Nindies Direct, and I'm assuming that it got delayed. And there was just no more information about it because like it showed that trailer and then nothing else about that game came out. Like they even had the artwork and everything in that trailer. So when they said that it was coming to PS4, I wonder if that time exclusive expired because they delayed it or something, or it wasn't finished, and they're both coming out on the same day, or if PS4 comes out first, will Switch be coming out that Thursday.
Maybe
it's very interesting.
Yeah, that's weird. But anyways, talking about upcoming games. There's been a lot of games that we're gonna get into the news bits. By the way, this is the really bad transition I just did. But we're gonna get into some of these news bits here, and there's been a lot of games announced for Switch, especially indies. And I know like this week Xbox has kind of been stealing the show with it, adding their single player stuff or their first party stuff to Game Pass day and date. But Nintendo has announced a few indies that we're all excited for, like Aegis Defenders was announced, Dead Cells, which is a huge one. Like that's been a Steam early access game for probably a year. I've been hearing about that game for like a year.
Yeah,
especially from people like Giant Bomb and stuff. And it's a rogue light platformer. So I don't really know what that means. I don't understand what roguelike means.
It means because the level changes, and if you die, you lose kind of like some stuff, but you come back into when you like get reborn, you're in a new area or a new design dungeon and stuff.
Oh, okay. So I mean, I don't know. I just know a lot of people like it. So.
Yeah, well, we've been a lot of people like me. Like I've been seeing that game. People who played it on Steam were just like, "Oh, this game is awesome." They wish that it came to Switch, and just a whole bunch of talk of this game need to be on Switch. Now, seeing it come on there, that's really cool. Now, I don't know if it's going to be the early access game or if they're going to wait till they actually finally make it, because I think it's like 2 levels or something right now for it. But I don't know if they're going to bring a final version to Switch.
Yeah. I mean, it looks cool. I think Dead Cells has a cool art style, and like I'm always up for a good platformer. So we'll see. Aegis Defenders looks like a really cool game too. It's like I don't want to click on that because it's got a trailer, and I don't want the sound to come through here. But okay, here it is. Ha! Nailed it. Found it.
Yes.
Now all it has to do is load. Aegis Defenders is a tower defense 2D platformer coming to Switch, and it looks pretty crazy. The art style looks awesome. It kind of looks like you're platforming to set traps, and then you kind of have to protect this portal from enemies and stuff. So it looks really cool, and it has a really, really cool art direction. So this looks really cool actually. So a lot of indies coming, and then they also announced that Darkest Dungeon was getting a physical release, so that's cool for you collectors. Yeah. Have you played Darkest Dungeon yet?
Not yet.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know Matt and Moose talk about it, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. I haven't played it yet, so
right.
We'll see. But yeah, man, a lot of indies, a lot of indies. It's exciting. So, this another game that might be coming to Switch. Okay, the one I'm excited for. We're gonna talk about the one I'm excited for, and then we'll go on. Roller Coaster Tycoon is
yes,
one of my favorite PC games of all time, and by favorite, it's one of 3 PC games I've played of all time.
Wait! Before you say, is it Roller Coaster Tycoon 3?
No, they're basing it off they're basing the engine.
No, for you.
Oh no, Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 is no. Anything after 2 is just garbage. Roller Coaster Tycoon's the best. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 is the best one.
Okay, we're not a debate or anything. But I like 3 because it gave me the mode to make my own roller coasters. That's the only reason why I bought Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, just to build my own roller coasters. Doing this
2 has a mode where you can just build your own roller coasters and then upload them to let people share.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. The other ones, 3 was just like it put them like kind of in 3D.
Yeah.
So you could see like first player rides and stuff. And I have videos on there on my YouTube page. I'll probably share on NGR so you guys can check them out. Uh, but I love Roller Coaster Tycoon. I can't do the sim part, but if they let me make my own roller coasters on Switch, and like you could take the Joy Cons and how you do the stand up roller coasters, and you could like feel the
With the
HD
HD
rumble.
rumble and stuff.
Yeah,
That'd be cool, actually.
yes. Uh, I would love for that to happen because that's the only reason why, like I said, that's the only reason why I love the Coaster Tycoon series is building the roller coasters itself.
Man, I love Roller Coaster Tycoon. Like sometimes, Matt Moose don't know this, but sometimes when we're recording, because we record NGR through Google Hangouts instead of Skype, so they can't hear what's going on my desktop. While they're talking about like Vinyl or Dark Souls or whatever, sometimes I'm sitting here building a park on Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yes.
Dude, I love Roller Coaster Tycoon so much. Sana bought it for me for my birthday 2 years ago on Good Old Games because it was on sale for $6.
Nice.
And like I was just like, oh yes, Roller Coaster Tycoon's awesome. So anyways, Atari. So this is a little weird. Atari owns the rights to Roller Coaster Tycoon, and I'll just read the article because I'm going to stumble over these words. This is from Nintendo Today. Atari, yes, they're still around, has launched a crowdfunding campaign to bring Roller Coaster Tycoon to the Nintendo Switch. The company is looking to raise anywhere from $10,000 to $1 million and is asking for people to fund it via Start Engine. Here's what they have to say about the game coming to Switch. The unique properties of the Switch, which combines standard control functionality with the mobile capacity, make it a natural home for a franchise like Roller Coaster Tycoon. Not sure the console versions haven't been great and the phone versions are bad, but we can only imagine.
I didn't even know they made any console versions. I thought it was always on PC.
Yeah, there was the original Xbox had a Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, and then there was a 3DS. Ooh. There was a 3DS version. And that version was awful. So we can only imagine how much gamers will enjoy building their own theme parks on Nintendo's wildly popular console. Some of the upcoming features include multiple scenarios, complete tricky objectives with specific time limits and other constraints, sandbox mode with various landscapes, create the park of your dreams with unlimited time and unlimited resources, Tycoon career mode, expand your park and grow your amusement empire. The funding is treated as an investment by Atari, and minimum pledge is $250. Screw that. But you're also getting a share of the game's profits if there are any. Ew, gross. I didn't know that. But they released this really weird trailer of like the CFO of Atari like talking up against a green screen, and you can tell he doesn't really talk to people a lot because it was just like this really awkward trailer of a bunch of people asking for money to fund Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Wow.
Like it wasn't even it's look, I'm just gonna say this. That trailer looked like I could have done a better job in this room with my green screens.
You probably the trailer that you just did is probably better.
Yeah. So yeah, but anyways, I'm not gonna crowdfund this game, but when it comes out, if it comes out, this is a day one purchase for me, just for the simple fact that I love Roller Coaster Tycoon, and that it's gonna be on Switch, and I hope it's good. So
if they could get the I guess sandbox or whatever you want to call it, but if I could just build my roller coasters and share it and have other people write it and like kind of grade it and stuff, and if they want to take it, like borrow it or anything they can, I would love for that to happen. I mean, I'll pick it up too, but I just really hope that hopefully it get funded, people see it through, and it's not buggy or anything.
Yeah. Other places are reporting that it's going to be based off the Roller Coaster 1 and 2 engine. Not that engine in particular, but like the grid-based kind of isometric view of the park. So
okay,
that's what I'm excited for. I like that version. The only reason why I don't like 3, and it's not that I don't like 3, I just think 1 and 2 are better at, having the grid-based thing, the isometric view, and being able to just to have that view of the park is like, I don't like 3 because it just, I don't know, it just feels too busy for me. It just feels too busy, and like they want you to build your park a certain way. Like I just and like I know Roller Coaster Tycoon, like the scenarios and stuff want you to build your park a certain way to complete the scenarios, but like you still have that sense of freedom where you're like, oh well, I'll fund the roller coasters first because those are the funnest to build, or I'll fund the like the lazy rides first so I can get more people into the park who just want to ride easygoing rides. And they just want you to do certain things within the scenario, like build a roller coaster with a excitement rating of 11 or whatever, and it's just like, I don't want to do that. I want to build my own park. So I do hope they take the scenarios here and like really just allow you to build the park the way you want it to, though. So Roller Coaster Tycoon, everybody.
Did you ever play the EA amusement park game?
Oh, theme park. Theme park. Ugh, gross. Yeah, yeah, that game was awful, dude.
I tried it and I was just like, no.
Dude, and the thing is, they were like, oh, ride the roller coasters that you build, and I was like, oh, that sounds awesome, dude. Every single roller coaster, like the pre-rendered movie, was the same movie. I was like, I hate you so much, EA. You lied to me.
And then the roller coasters look like garbage.
Yeah. So yeah, whatever. Anyways, another game that might be coming to Switch, Ed, and this was just reported about a half hour ago. Epic Games, developer of Fortnite, might want to bring their online multiplayer game to the Nintendo Switch. According to Epic Games Worldwide Creative Director Donald Mustard, who tweeted the possibility of bringing Fortnite to Switch. I play Fortnite on PC, but I would love to play it on my Switch. Are you interested in making it for Switch? Yes, I am. Hopefully we will do that at some point. Fortnite was released last year in a co-op sandbox survival game, and Epic released the Battle Royale trailer later. I think that main mode would be a cool idea for Switch.
Yeah. I think with this happening, they're going to do crossplay. I think once they get it on Switch, I think they'll be like, okay, now it's time to crossplay between PC, Windows, or Xbox 10, and Switch, and get all of those systems working, and just screw Sony.
Yeah, I mean, man, I don't even know right now. I just
because if Epic does that, PUBG probably won't have any trouble. But I would just like,
I mean, PUBG's not having trouble, right? They've already sold like 40 million units across Xbox and PC.
Yeah. I think more concurrent players though will be jumping on Fortnite if it comes to Switch, and they could do crossplay. I mean, that's 3 systems compared to 2.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I like Fortnite, but I don't want to. My problem with Fortnite is that it's not like it's a bad game or anything. Mm-hmm. If I'm sitting in front of my TV, I would rather be playing other games instead of the survival game. And like, if it came to Switch, like the portability and be like, oh, I could probably grind some resources for a little bit on the couch or whatever. Like, it feels like Fortnite, out of any other game we usually talk about coming to Switch, like fits the Switch because of the grindiness and the resource gathering and the, time away from the console allows you to gain stuff. Like,
yeah,
it just feels better. And like, if you're gonna do crossplay with the Switch, like, or with Xbox, that'd be so cool. Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yes.
Speaking of crossplay, Edward, are you ready for this?
Yes.
Where'd it go? Where'd that story go? Rocket League. Where'd it go? As soon as I find the article, I'll get into it. But Rocket League is getting. Oh, here it is, right here. News coming from Nintendo Life. Cross-platform parties are coming to Rocket League this year. Rocket League coming to the Switch was a huge win for Nintendo with a multiplayer focus that paired perfectly with the Switch's on-the-go mentality. The inclusion of cross-platform play was a great boon too, as it allowed new Switch users to connect with a massive fan base that has existed on other platforms since the game came out years back, except for PlayStation. Psyonix is clearly not planning on dropping support for Rocket League on Switch or any other platform soon, and recently announced that some plans for how it will improve later this year. A cross-platform party system will be showing up soon, which will allow players from different consoles in the same party to seamlessly move between matches. There's no news on when we can expect to see it, but hopefully we won't have to wait too long.
That's gonna I think that's gonna bring in more sales just for Rocket League itself, because a lot of people are still asking for it. People are still buying it digitally, and people want that physical still. So I think this is cool. This is really good.
It's a good move by them. It's a good move to, like, especially, you know, if you're playing with friends on PC and Xbox, and like you have to do like a custom match every time you want to like team up with them. Like, making group parties is a good move, and I wonder how that's gonna work cross-platform. Not that, like, I'm sure there's 100 smarter people than I am working over at Psyonix, but like,
right,
you know, like, I wonder how because like in a party like on Xbox, you just group up in an Xbox party and then you move from match to match or from whatever, you know, and PlayStation's the same way. Whereas like teaming up a cross-platform, how would that even work? So I don't know. It's going to be cool. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Well, Ed, I have some sad news for you. Miitomo is closing in May. Nintendo is shutting down their first online app in May. How do you feel about this?
Sad. I am kind of sad, and a lot of people just like, why? You know, we got rid of it. I'm like, but you know, this was showing how Nintendo, you know, got into the mobile market and became a success story.
Yeah.
You know, people had their doubts, and Nintendo kind of like, you know, she's like, hey, we can make games that you guys will enjoy. Look, it led up to the downloads for Super Mario Run, Fire Emblem Heroes. People are pouring crazy money into that and still playing it. Animal Crossing is still doing good. So, you know, kind of seeing Miitomo go away is sad. But you know, it was a door opener for Nintendo, and I'm going to miss my me dressed up in a suit and everything. It was fun doing the mini games, talking to everybody, asking questions, and you know, people really socializing. Like, it's sad to see it go away, but I wish that Nintendo would have just kept the app maybe for a little bit longer, but May is a good time for it to let it go. And probably they weren't making no money, and they probably seen less play of it. So, you know, Nintendo did what they had to do, and it worked for them. Great marketing.
Yeah. So. I always thought Miitomo was going to grow more, and it never did. Like, I always thought, like, yeah, when it first came out, it was pretty bare bones. So I thought they were gonna put Miitomo on Switch, and I thought they were eventually gonna bring it to 3DS, and it was gonna be like this cross-device, social media kind of hub for Nintendo users. You know, like a Facebook sort of thing for Nintendo users. You know, be able to finally create your own profile, upload your screenshots, kind of like a mix between Miiverse and Facebook, and like you could hang your screenshots in your Mii's house, and then your friends could come over and see them or whatever. Like, yeah, I always thought they were gonna do more, integrate more with it, especially like how successful the Switch is. Like, why can't your like user profile revolve around Miitomo? And you know, like when you go add friends and stuff, like, instead of just this generic friend code page or this friend page that tells you like what they've been playing or whatever, Why can't it be like your Mitomo house? Why can't it be like, oh yeah, I see the screenshots you've taken and hung up. Like, these are the games you're playing recently. Oh, that's cool. Like, I always thought they were going to do something like that, and they never did.
You know what? Maybe Mitomo might be leaving the mobile space. It may come back on Switch when they do their online service.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
I mean, just why not? I'm like, even if they give it a try to see, help explain how their online service goes, and people who still want to play Mitomo, they'll get it on Switch, and maybe it'll be integrated on 3DS or Nintendo's future handheld.
Yeah. I mean, I always thought they were gonna do more with it, and maybe they will. Maybe you're right. Maybe they will. Yeah. But sad day. I mean, I only I tweeted at Frank Clark the other day. I was like, Frank, what are you gonna do daily now that you can't get your daily coins? Because he's the only person I know that literally checks in daily with that thing still. And I'm like, I mean, I know there's a bunch of people that do that. I thought it was funny because I tweeted him and I was like,
And Corey, the sad thing about it is, even though it's dying, that's when like all the cavalcade Switch games coming out that month. So it's just like, I wish I could get on Mitomo or just tell everybody all the stuff that Nintendo's releasing that I'm buying.
Yeah.
But I won't be able to do that. I have to go back to Facebook and Twitter. But
yeah. Well, those old chestnuts of toxic wastelands. I'm sorry, Twitter's just awful, and Facebook isn't much better.
But we love you guys.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so there was a news story that came out the other day that there is a 512 gigabyte micro SD card coming out, and this excited me because the bigger the better.
Yes.
I'm really excited for this memory card. I mean, like, I don't know if I'm going to get a 512 gig memory card, but that means the other ones will become cheaper.
Okay. Shoot,
So,
I've already got my 64 gig in my Switch.
I mean, I want what I would like to have is the 400 gig one. And like when this comes out, I'm sure that one will drop in price. But like at the rate these indies are coming out and like how these sales are going and just having credit left over and cheap games, like there's some games on there for like $3 to $7. I'm like, what the heck is going on in here?
I feel like a 1 terabyte micro SD card, when it drops, if it happens, could put all the indie games that's on the eShop on that one of the card, and you'll still have space.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like they do that. Yeah. Even if you didn't buy third-party games for Switch, if you bought a 1 terabyte card, even this 512 memory card, like you could probably fit all of Nintendo's first-party games and the indies on there and still have room.
Yes.
So
pretty much, yes. That would be the ultimate collection for a lot of people.
Oh boy, yeah. So yeah, that's cool though. I'm excited to have bigger memory cards. I think that technology is gonna move faster than we think now because the Switch is popular. And it's really one of the only devices that uses the micro SD card regularly, So, I mean, a lot of high-end cameras and stuff just use the regular size ones.
Yeah.
So, those ones are relatively cheap. You can get a 512 gigabyte one for like $40. But it's the small size. It's like,
but it's
the wallet.
A lot of people at retail, when they're selling the Switch, if there is a memory card that they have in the store to sell, people do be recommended. So that's good business for them to be like, hey, I'm here. If you're getting a Switch, you need a micro SD card for some games, for some of the multiplayer, but a lot of indie games and titles that's on it that I do recommend, you might want to have that micro SD card ready to have.
Yeah. So open your wallets, start dumping it out now because those cards.
Did they ever price it yet? They haven't priced it yet.
No, but the 400 gig ones are like $260 right now. So I'm guessing it's going to be about as much as a Switch. I'm guessing the 512 will be at least $300 at launch. So
Just hope it doesn't crash or be an error. Hopefully it's from a good company that's more reliable.
Yeah, well, we'll see. So big, it's yet so small. Okay, let's see. I'm sorry, guys. I did not put together a show today because of the trailer, so I apologize. Let's see here. Why do Voaz, the touch rhythm game is gonna be supported in docked mode and controller input now.
Nice.
So that was an early Switch game that, when people were wondering, oh, will they make touchscreen only games for Switch? And this was one of the first one that was like, yeah, we are. And then now they're, moving back. I think this game was only like $15 at launch. It's just a weird rhythm game where you have to touch the screen and connect all the dots and stuff. I don't know how a controller is going to work because you're going to have to be very quick with your controller to do that, but it's there. The last story I want to talk about, Ed. There was a new exclusive announced for Switch today.
Ooh.
A hack and slash 2D title called Castle of Heart. It is a 2D side-scrolling game, hack and slash game, where you have to keep moving because you are a knight who's been cursed to turn to stone if you stop moving. So it forces you to keep moving, and if you get hit while you're standing still, you shatter and die, and you have to start over. It looks really, really cool. It kind of looks like a 2D kind of Ninja Gaiden style game, not the old games, but the new ones, a really fast-paced action game, but 2D style. So it looks really cool.
I wish the frame rate was a little bit faster though.
Yeah,
it had kind of a stuttering frame rate, but that might be design. That might be by design.
Yeah, and it's not coming. It's coming out. When did it say it was coming out? It just says later this year. So I think they're going to try to hit 60 frames a second, but they released a trailer just to show off what it was, and
yeah,
it looks really cool. It also has a weird, people were comparing the art style to Dark Souls and stuff, so it's kind of dark and but when I watched the trailer, there was a lot of light in it. So
yeah,
it's called Castle of Heart, and it will be a Switch exclusive. So that's cool. Yay! Okay, so Ed, we were talking the other day. We're out of the news bits now. We are now going into the topic of the show.
Yes.
And we talked about, actually, I think it was yesterday, we were going to do a mini block on this, but this is going to be the topic of the show.
Okay.
Prepping for a Nintendo Direct and what we expect to see in the next full Direct. So, that's what we're going to talk about. And I want everybody's comments under the YouTube page. I want to know what you guys think is going to happen at the next Nintendo Direct. But Ed, how do we go about this? How does Nintendo start the Direct? Something brand new, or something that we know about, or something kind of in the middle, like Fire Emblem with a title, or Yoshi with a title?
I think something we know about, and they probably once again start off with 3DS, because at this time we don't know what's going on with 3DS. Titles might be slowing down. There may be a hint that there's a new handheld on the way. We don't know yet. But
there's also that rumor of the Link's Awakening remake in the art style of a Link Between Worlds.
I think if they do that, that's the ending surprise before they transition to Switch. I think we're definitely going to see some more Neo Geo games. We're going to see maybe some arcade games, actually, from Data East or IREM. Some of the past games from the 80s and 90s come to Switch. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry about that, everybody.
Maybe I should put that in the trailer.
we might see that, but they're going to focus more on 3DS first. And there's probably going to be a surprise. We don't know. We still got of course, the Shovel Knight collection coming. So that might get a new physical release for 3DS, apart from Switch. Mm-hmm. So we still got I was watching the direct from 2017, like all the directs and stuff, and there's still 4 RPGs from Atlas that we haven't even got no new information about. Mm-hmm. So we're going to see those 4 in the direct. We're going to get some dates, and we're going to get see more of the game in running before they turn it over to Switch. We might see a new 2DS come out, or we might see a new 3DS XL come out.
Yeah, I mean, I could see, like, if they're doing a Link's Awakening remake, like, I could totally see another Zelda one. I could see, I could see, like, one of those, the weird RPGs that comes over. I could see a limited edition version of that. I like the more the more and more rumors I read, the less and less I think they're going to stop with the 3DS. Like, I think that system is, I mean, it's the Game Boy of our time. It's going to last another 4 or 5 years, even though like, there's better stuff out there, or like,
And having I mentioned on the show, Nintendo's not going to stop making a system that's been making them money. That's been making them profits. You think, because we got the Nintendo Switch, we're gonna cut the 3DS out? No, I'm like, if they're banking on 2 systems, they want to keep that bank going. I mean, they're not gonna cut.
We already know about one special edition 2DS is the Detective Pikachu one.
Yeah.
So like, there's your answer right there. Like, they've got probably a couple spin-off Pokemon games, including Detective Pikachu this year. I'm sure another. Mystery Dungeons coming at some point. I'm sure something else Pokemon related is coming. I think
probably a new Pokemon to be downloaded in Ultra Sun and Moon.
Yeah, I mean I see stuff all the time of like, hey, we've got a new one coming on the way, so chop.
My wild prediction. I don't know if that's part of the discussion, or if you want to say that for later or anything. But for 3DS, did you want to save it, or did you want to kind of?
No, we'll just talk about all of it right now.
Okay. My wild prediction is the sequel to Hotel Dusk Room 210, 212, or whatever. That game was finished, but it was only released in Europe, and it never came to America. That was developed by Cing, Cing, and I think Nintendo could probably release that game for the 3DS handheld and re-release on the eShop Hotel Dusk. These were DS games, and they probably could just like refresh them up and release them on the 3DS. 2DS.
Yeah. I mean, I could see all that coming. I'm trying to think of like what Nintendo could do to the 3DS that would like make them money, but not. It would minimize costs and maximize profits. Is what I'm trying to say. Is like, like the Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga remake last year was a good investment. Metroid: Samus Returns. Technically a new remake of the second Metroid. Like, I could see a lot of like remakes of older games coming.
Yes.
Whether it's from the Game Boy Advance era, even the Game Boy era, or even like Wii and Wii U remakes. Like, I could totally see them finally putting Captain Toad on 3DS, even though everybody wants it on Wii U. Like, I could
Switch.
On Switch, and like, I could totally see that happening.
And I think what would be cool is, let's say a direct was able to come out before Valentine's Day. They cut $20 off for a 2DS or 3DS, the XL, and hit them up, be like, yeah, we took $20 off, and you could spend that $20 for our Nintendo Select games. So now you and a friend could be playing a Kirby game or Mario Brothers or something, or let's say Mario Kart 7 became a Nintendo Select. You guys could play it like there. You know, you buy a Nintendo 2DS or 3DS and buy one for your loved ones. Like they take money off, give a discount for like Valentine's Day. That would be cool in a direct.
Yeah.
To showcase, because I still say if we're going with Switch, I think Snipper Clips would be a good Valentine's Day game that Nintendo can market well, but definitely with this physical and digital copy.
Welcome to Arsenal X NGR's Radio Pod.
Yeah, definitely. Man, the 3DS is just chugging along, isn't it? It's just just keeps chugging along.
Now, if we get the reveal of a remake of Link to the Past and Link Between Worlds,
Link's Awakening.
I thought it was Link to the Past.
No, it's Link's Awakening. Did I say Link to the Past? I'm sorry. I meant Link's Awakening.
Well, wasn't it a hint that people thought it was going to be Link to the Past?
I think half the rumors expecting one and half the rumors expecting the other, but I'm pretty sure people have been reporting on Link's Awakening.
Okay, I only reason why I think Link to the Past is because I think they Link Between Worlds shares the same design. I think as Link to the Past, they could just redo some dungeons, like move a couple of stuff, and then bam, Link to the Past, the same game. But if they do Link's Awakening, that is the day one purchase. Mm-hmm. And if they want to add amiibo functionality, that's cool. And also change the graphics to when it came out for Game Boy and when it came out for Game Boy Color. Yeah. I would love to see that.
Yeah. It's Link's Awakening. A lot of people are reporting Link's Awakening. Forbes, Game Facts. I didn't know they did news, but Zelda Dungeon, Nintendo Life. So yeah, there's a lot of people.
Because I would love to hear an orchestra of that soundtrack of Link's Awakening. Like that would definitely make me be like, I only could play this game with headphones because I have to hear that soundtrack.
Yeah, definitely. So like, I don't know, man. There's so much. I think they're gonna start with 3DS. I don't think they're gonna like end with 3DS, but I think people want to know 3DS stuff that's coming. So I don't know what else I could do. I'm sure they'll show more of Detective Pikachu. I'm sure they will show
the sushi game.
Yeah. And then maybe some Nindies maybe. I bet Shovel Knight will be included somewhere in there. And like, I know that's technically Switch, Wii U, and 3DS, but like, I bet they'll show King of Cards in that kind of transitional into Switch stuff, you know? So
yeah. I think Box Boy would get that 3DS collection, physical collection.
I want it for Switch though.
That's an E3 thing.
I know.
E3 or September
for Box Boy.
For Box Boy, because Nintendo is sneaky with Box Boy. They keep saying, "Oh, here it is. Here's the demo. Okay, the game's released," and they'll be like, "Wait, when did you release?" Like, because if it comes to my if I find a way that it's come to somebody's store and they be like, oh, you know, Box Boy is coming out before Nintendo can announce it in Direct, it's going to be spoiled everywhere.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to drop this game. What I think what they'll do is if they do a collection and saying that it's going to be a physical copy, I think what's going to happen is they'll announce it and then it'll be coming out like the following week or a month.
Yeah.
But would be like, if you guys want the whole collection, it's on sale for $7 each or $5 each on the eShop if you want that or want it like that.
Yeah. Oh man. 3DS is like this. It's just this weird little device that won't go away.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying like it just won't go away. Things just keep happening on that thing.
It's still selling. So shout out to Nintendo for that.
Yeah. I mean, look, they had their biggest year since 2013 this year. So like, it's not going away. anyways, let's get into some of the Switch stuff. So the games that we didn't see in the mini, we talked about it before, but we didn't see Yoshi. That needs titled. Fire Emblem needs titled. Wolfenstein 2 needs a release date, which was confirmed by Bethesda that Panic Button is working on the port.
Yes.
I thought they confirmed that like a couple months ago, but very recently people are writing about it. So, what were the other 2 games that we didn't see?
Metroid Prime
and Pokemon. But those games to me are E3 stuff. Like,
yeah, I think they're still.
If you're gonna show a trailer, like Metroid will be E3, and then Pokemon will be its own direct. Like Pokemon, I mean, maybe Nintendo could get them to show off at E3, but like usually
it's an opener to me. I think for E3.
What, Pokemon?
Yeah, I think it's an opener.
Yeah. I mean, I either would, because like I would at E3 I would open with Pokemon and end with Metroid Prime 4 trailer. Like that's how I would do it, unless they have like Smash, like they're gonna announce Smash. Even then I would be like, well, that's like people are expecting Smash. They know what to expect from Smash. I don't know. I would still try to end with Metroid Prime 4 trailer.
Yeah,
unless they have some exciting new IP, or like it's either gonna be Metroid Prime 4 or Retro's IP that they end with.
Retro's IP, they have to give that to us for E3.
Maybe Metroid Prime will be the last thing they show, and then Retro's will be the one more thing ending
to close it. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Wow, good. We should work for Nintendo. Plan that. Well,
the guy from Downwell is working at Nintendo, so congrats to him.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, congrats to that guy. Man, Downwell, what a weird game. That, I mean, like, yeah. Anyways, so Fire Emblem. I want to talk about Fire Emblem for a minute. There are rumors that there's rumors that there's 2 in development, but there's rumors that the first one could be pirate themed, and then that the next one would be sci-fi themed. I think a pirate themed Fire Emblem would be awesome. I get like the whole thing's supposed to be like the fantasy thing, and like the people that want like the technology stuff want like Advance Wars or Codename Steam or whatever, but like just like a cool pirate themed just Fire Emblem would be awesome.
I think it has the art and it has the music for it. I think the problem that I have with it is the game mechanics. Like, how would they work the weapons? Because of course you think of guns and you think of swords, but what would be that third one to do that yin yang? The sword beat gun, gun beat.
I mean, like this
pie or whatever.
I think
like something like that.
I think the horse, like the horse would. I think the guns would just take the place of the bows. Like I think they would still have that triangle where like swords beat, or what is it? Swords beat horses, horses beat bows, and then bows beat swords or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I think it would still have. Maybe I think I just said that all backwards, but anyways, like I think.
But the idea of that.
Yeah, I think the. Like the guns, like the long range guns would just take place of the bows, and like maybe they'll add some like short range weapons in there. I don't know, but like I honestly think it will be just that if they did that. I want to see what Fire Emblem pirates look like. I just want to see what they look like. And like the things that keep popping in my head is like, remember the pirate Shantae game? Yes. Those are the images that keep popping in my brain. I'm like, no, Shantae and Fire Emblem don't even look alike, but I just keep seeing the pirate stuff from Shantae. That 3DS game, by the way, real good.
Yes. The thing because that come on, Nintendo, if you're gonna do this Fire Emblem Pirates, the soundtrack has got to knock. It has to be so orchestral, dude, to the point where I'd be like, y'all need to take this thing on the road. Because the music of Fire Emblem, for me, is important.
Yeah, of course it is. But like pirate and like Caribbean music has that, Like, I mean, even like just pirate music has that very distinct like it just has a very distinct sound. Like when you hear it, you're like, oh, that's pirate music, and it's like violins and fiddles, like kind of thing, and then
they got it with Wind Waker.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I was trying to think of a pirate game, and I was like, oh yeah, Wind Waker is kind of a Zelda pirate game.
So to
That's what I want from Zelda now. I want the pirate Zelda game in the Breath of the Wild art style. Yes. Written out. Yes, I win. And Zelda could be like a pirate princess.
Can you see Zelda and her team from Wind Waker swashbuckling? Dude.
Oh, man. Dude, could you imagine Zelda as like a pirate princess? Oh, that'd be so amazing.
Oh.
I just punched my microphone.
Oh.
Whoops.
And make it Switch exclusive. Well, of course, Switch
Obviously.
exclusive. But like, I mean, like, don't never port it to 3DS. This is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
4 to 8 player online. Yes. Bring it.
Man, that'd be awesome.
Look, what if we have this conversation? It just shows with the next direct. They'd be like, "Oh, dang."
Yeah.
I would think like we done lost our minds. Like, yes.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Wow. We're just.
I want the Fire Emblem Pirates. I don't even care about the sci-fi one. That could be safe or whatever.
I don't
the pirate
want sci-fi.
one.
You can save sci-fi for like if you try to redo Codename Steam at some point. That could be like their sci-fi thing, and then like their steampunk thing or their like I don't know, modern stuff can be Advance Wars. Like I wish they would just have they have like 2 teams at Intelligent Systems, right? They have 2 teams or 3 teams now because they have their mobile team. Why doesn't one team work on Fire Emblem, one team works on Codename Steam, and one team work on Advance Wars, and then every like year or every like 9 months we just get another version of that game. Like why don't they just do that? Oh,
right. Because the Pirates game for me, the writing is going to be spot on, but they gotta make sure
especially that because like Nintendo's translation team is like on point all the time.
Yes. Shout out to Treehouse and A4 Play because they localize some stuff too. I would love to see that happen, and they gotta make me laugh. I'm like, you guys have got to throw some good comedy in this game because there's just something about pirates at times. It's just funny, and Nintendo is good at doing like comments, and they're good at throwing shade. Sometimes they're really good. So I could do it's a day one purchase. It literally is a day one purchase if it comes to that. And I don't care if it's bad or good. I was just like, I want this.
I can't wait to see the character designs. Like they've done so good at like the fantasy stuff. Like I just want to see like, because I just want to see the key art for the characters. Like because that's like the coolest part for me. Every time a new Fire Emblem comes out is like flipping through the key art and stuff. Like even the mobile game, like that art is just awesome, and I want to see. I want to see the key art for the pirate stuff, and then like you could keep Fire Emblem Warriors going with a pirate expansion. Like you know what I mean? Like you could keep Fire Emblem Warriors going with expansions that insert characters from the next game. You know, like I just made Nintendo's business plan right there. Boom.
But let's get back to making the.
I can't help it. Talk about pirates and Fire Emblem and Zelda.
I know, because that's a special pack. That's a special pass episode.
I'm sorry.
I love that dude. Like really, like I'm hype about that.
I know. Okay, so the Yoshi game. It's based around cardboard cutout stuff. It's moving on from Yoshi's Woolly World to Yoshi's Cardboard World. You think we'll get like an early release date? You think that's going to be June, July? I can't see them releasing that in April. You don't want 3 months in a row with platformers. because like you have Kirby coming in March, and Donkey Kong coming in May. Like for me, this is how I think it's gonna go. Like in terms of release date, starting with March, because we know February is pretty locked up with Bayonetta and Payday. Kirby in March, and then Hyrule Warriors in March, because that release date's been confirmed in Japan. I can't see them releasing that game early.
Yeah.
And if not, that would be early April. You have Mario Tennis and Nintendo Labo in April. And then in May, you have Dark Souls and Donkey Kong. June, I think, would be Fire Emblem, and July would be Yoshi. Or you release Fire Emblem right like at E3, like that would be like their big E3 game, and then it'll be out like a week later, and then at the end of June, maybe you release Yoshi.
I can see Yoshi in July.
Yeah.
I agree with you throwing it out of April, because April is set for Nintendo Labo and God of War.
Yeah.
So those
and
are
Mario
the
Tennis,
two.
Hopefully.
And Mario Tennis, hopefully, yeah. Those are the big games, and we don't even know what Microsoft is going to do. But God of War and Nintendo Labo are kind of top priorities, and I think Yoshi would get swept under the rug. I think the Yoshi game is a cool summer game, and if nothing is dropping in July, that is the main highlight for Nintendo for that month. I would pick it up. I would do it in July.
Yeah. I think Yoshi could be a good July game, just because, like, look, nothing's coming out around it. Games don't usually come out in July. You know, there's always that game, that big game that hits right before E3, and then that's it till August. Like, we always make fun of the game industry because Madden kicks off the fall releases.
Right.
And then it'll be like Madden, Destiny, Call of Duty, you know, the Battlefield, that just we can tell those games by clockwork. And then like July
AAA.
And then Nintendo will still have one major game every month, maybe two sometimes.
Yeah.
And then, E3 can be saved for their August, September, October, November, December stuff.
Right. Because Dark Souls is the big game in May.
Uh-huh.
So
And Donkey Kong.
But I think Dark Souls by itself, because it's releasing on other platforms, and people are really happy for that on Switch.
Right.
Donkey Kong, it's just like a must-have. Like, there's no ends. It's about
I'm really excited to play Donkey Kong. And by the way, when I get paid, there's replacement shells for Switch controllers with the D-pad, the white ones, the nice white ones. And I'm thinking about getting them, not to do to any of the Joy-Cons I have now, but like I would get an extra set for white that have a D-pad, because I really want to play Super Meat Boy with a D-pad, and I really want to play Donkey Kong with a D-pad.
D-pad, okay. Is it just something that like you snap on, covering the buttons?
I don't know. It recommends you have like this tiny screwdriver kit. I have a bunch of tiny screwdrivers. That wouldn't be a big deal, but I just don't want to mess anything up, like I don't want to rip apart the interiors and just be like, oh, whoops. But there's a ton of YouTube videos I've been watching anyway to do it, to see if I could like actually do it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But I think this next Direct, I think we're going to get release dates for all the games that we don't have release dates for. Plus, like, maybe, like, 2 surprises.
Yeah, maybe 2K's indie developers. They might bring something to Switch. With that deal.
About that, you just reminded me. Speaking of not 2K, but Ubisoft, we're gonna probably get South Park and Steep release dates. Because I think like the next Direct will happen at the beginning of February, because the Winter Olympics start at the end of February, right?
Yeah.
They want to release Steep with the excitement, quote unquote, excitement of the Winter Olympics.
Yes.
dude, never mind. We'll get into that later. Like, who watches the Olympics? But, like, you know, they have the perfect game for the Winter Olympics excitement, and Steep can roll into that in South Park, I think. So I think Steep is going to be at the end of February with Payday, and then I think South Park will come out. It's scheduled to come out on the 13th, according to retailers, but...
Could Sega Nintendo actually do Sonic and Mario at the Winter Olympics 2017?
I could totally see that in it. Like, they announce it and it be out in 6 weeks. Because Sega has, 6 unannounced Switch projects in development?
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
that, and then Square. And we could see a lot of Square products, too.
Oh,
Octopath Traveler, Dragon Quest. I almost said Dragon Age. Dragon Quest.
Yeah, Square is questionable because you're gonna be like, what do you guys got? Like feed us more. Like they're feeding us good, but feed us more.
I think we're finally gonna get a release date for Octopath Traveler. Mm-hmm. I think we're gonna see that, and then if they are working on a Final Fantasy 15 port, I could see that. I don't think that's an E3 announcement, just for the simple fact that Final Fantasy 15's been out for a year and a half. Yes. And all of their DLC has been announced or is out. You know, I know they've got 2 more character chapters to release, and they're releasing like a epilogue chapter, I think is what they called it. But, you know, that's done, you know, and if they're working on it, I think this would be a good time to announce it and say, look, we are working on Final Fantasy 15 for Switch. Please be patient. We're going to release it sometime in the summer or fall.
I think, and sorry to say this, I think The World Ends With You is more important to Switch owners than Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, I agree. I think anybody who's wanted to play Final Fantasy 15 by now has played it.
Or
waiting for the PC release. You know, including me. I got that game right around release. I would love to go back and play the DLC, because like I that's what I'm waiting on, honestly, is Final Fantasy 15. If it comes to Switch, I will play the DLC there. Like that's what I'm waiting on. You know?
Okay.
And if not, whatever.
Let me put this in your head. You hear feet walking. You see a Switch going around and somebody's hand looking. And then you hear Laura Croft's voice. And just out of the blue, Rise and the regular Tomb Raider comes for Switch.
Stop. Don't. Stop. You're just... You're getting me excited for things that aren't happening.
You don't think that Square Enix is doing a trailer for Lara Croft?
No, I think... Look, that movie comes out. If they're going to do it for Switch, now would be the time, because they want that movie to do well, and to have a game release on a platform, like, you know...
Dude, announce the game at the movie trailer. If you're going to the theater to go see it, showcase the trailer. Like when they're doing the trailer stuff.
I mean, that's a really cool idea.
I think that would be real cool.
I don't know if they're I don't want to say smart enough to do that. I don't know if they're like witty enough to do that. You know, like that would be a cool reveal and be like, oh man, that'd be cool. But I mean,
because you don't think they're not going to try to market Tomb Raider or Rise of the Tomb Raider at during that trailer. They're going to do... Square Enix got to be smart enough to market something. They're just not going to showcase that game.
Yeah.
I don't know what Ubisoft did, but they're going to have to do something. I'm like, that's the smartest thing to do, is release some kind of trailer about some of your past games, but like throw the whole audience, gamers off who going to see that movie with a Switch announcement of Rise in a regular and Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. Mm-hmm. Dude, why not do it there? Mm-hmm. You don't even have to release the price. You don't even have to release a date. Just showcase that thing is coming, and then throw it online for everybody to see, or keep it in the theaters and be like, if you want to know what's going on, you have to come and see it for yourself.
Yeah.
Even though people might say some stuff, but
yeah, I mean they could also, like, even if it's not the Rise of the Tomb Raider or Definitive Edition or whatever, mm-hmm. There's still a lot of chatter that Shadow of the Tomb Raider is going to come to Switch. there's still that chatter coming. And like, even if they didn't do that, they could still like show a trailer for the Shadow of the Tomb Raider in front of the movie. You know, even, I mean, this isn't even Switch related, right? I'm just saying in general, because we love Tomb Raider so much. Like, that would be a cool way to reveal the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you just kind of said all that, but like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
They got. I just want those games on Switch.
Yeah, I know. I do too. I would. I mean, even if it's not. Man, I don't know. It's just like, you could do some cool things, man. Like, I think. Yeah, I'm just getting real sad right now.
We just have hope.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it to.
I would love to see Tomb Raider come to Switch. I think it is a really cool franchise, and I think it would sell well there, and I think it would give a strong third-party game to Switch other than Bethesda games.
Right.
So we'll see. I think, you know, look, dude, they made these games for Xbox 360 and PS3. Like, these games could run on the Switch. So
right.
That's my only thing, is like, I know not every game needs to come to Switch. Like, Shadow of War was something people were talking about coming to Switch. Don't bring that doesn't need to come to Switch. Like, stuff like that, I just no. But Tomb Raider,
keep that on the other platform.
Tomb Raider, I think, would be fun. And like, while you're talking, I was Googling Tomb Raider Nintendo Switch, and there's all kinds of interviews and stuff of Tomb Raider developers and producers and stuff saying they'd love to see Lara Croft on Nintendo's console.
Yeah.
I mean, the latest one I was reading was from November, so I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
What other third-party games could we see? Like,
I guess just give us Grand Theft Auto 5.
I mean, I think Rockstar's going to bring GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 1 to Switch. Like, I think LA Noire was the test bed for, hey, how does the system work? What can we do to test out how to program our engine for this console? Like, GTA 5 is the biggest game in the world at this point. So,
and they showed that LA Noire did really good on Switch. Mm-hmm. They had decent success.
And like, they don't have to do like the PS4 and Xbox One versions, because I know they have all those extra features and stuff, but they could do a 360 port and just be like, hey, you know, here's the game. The online stuff is separate. Like, there's no first person mode. There's no none of the like the drug induced missions, you know, where like the peyote missions or whatever. I don't remember what they were. I didn't play enough of it to even know what it was, but like, they could do that version of the game, and I think people would be all right, because they're going to go play online anyway.
Right. And I think they could do local heists, local online heists. That'd be fine. I'm like, I don't have to take my Switch online to do the heist stuff. I would rather be in a room with some other people and we talk among each other and plan it. That way we could laugh and enjoy the time we spend together. Like, I'd rather do that. Yeah. I still think Dishonored and Prey could be coming to Switch. Maybe that, I guess, some new Alien game. I highly doubt that. That can skip that. Of course, we'll get some indie games. Like, from stuff from last year, we'll get official dates.
Yeah, a lot of the Nindies, like, well, not a lot of them, but some of them. Oh, speaking of Nindies, the original SteamWorld Dig is coming to Switch.
Yes.
Too. So like, I forgot to mention that when we were talking about the Nindies announced. So that'll be good to have all three of those games on Switch.
Yes. Koei Tecmo could bring a Ninja Gaiden collection to Switch. Or EA could bring Boom Blocks too.
Yeah, somebody was talking about Boom Blocks the other day, and I think that would be a good thing to bring to Switch, in terms of like, hey, we've got a party game, this will be fun. So
I don't know what Capcom sneaky stuff is working on other than the Mega Man games. Let's put that to the side. they have got to be working something original on Switch. I think hopefully whatever next game that they really want to bring out, that it's just not a port. Because they could probably bring that 360 PS3 version of Strider and Bionic Commando as a 2-pack. They could bring that out for like $30. But I think they got something. Maybe we might get a Lost Planet collection coming to Switch. Who knows what Capcom has to be up to something. Them, Koei Tecmo, and Namco Bandai has to be
we could honestly, you know what we could see? We could see Nintendo and Capcom match like they did on the GameCube and see the Resident Evil 2 remake debut in a direct. Because it's already been announced. The Resident Evil 2 remake has been announced, and then during the direct, they like maybe they end the direct with that, and then they say coming soon are Resident Evil 1, 0, 4, 5, 6, whatever.
I could see that. I literally could see that.
Because I mean they've been talking about it on Twitter all the time. So
right, like Switch needs some third-party survival horror games.
Yeah. And I think now Resident Evil is a great fit. Like I think Resident Evil is a great fit for the platform. So
now the Switch it's not Switch to snatch everybody's rigs. Konami and Nintendo, for some unknown reason, Nintendo pays Konami to bring Silent Hill back, or remake the original Silent Hills game and put it on Switch. Like, we need something scary because yes, we own 40% or whatever of Fatal Frame, but we want you guys to revive this Silent Hill game.
I would love to see Fatal Frame come back. And like, I mean, I think, in terms of reviving Silent Hill, I think Konami is looking at Resident Evil 7 and Outlast and being like, oh geez, there is room for this type of game. And I think they can make a big splash by saying, hey, we're partnering with Nintendo, or like, I don't know, we're making this game for Switch, but it's coming out for other platforms too. But like, really kind of show it off in a direct first type thing. I think Silent Hill on Switch, because of the bad press that it just didn't sell on the other consoles. Like, people didn't care about it. It needs to come back. And why not put it on the hottest platform? Why not get people who were into survival horror games? Because Switch is getting Outlast. I think they're getting the Outlast collection. They're getting all three of them. They're getting Outlast 1, Whistleblower, and 2. Whistleblower's like 1.5 or whatever. But like,
okay.
Yeah.
So if that's coming to Switch, throw more horror, because the survival horror genre and its fans are starving. Resident Evil 7 was good. Outlast did what it needed to do. People want more.
Yep.
If not, maybe, just maybe, if we don't get Silent Hill, they may take their stab at Eternal Darkness and really put it into a Silent Hill film, because they're almost similar in a way.
Yeah.
And if it's just like, you got to give us that craziness.
Yeah.
You got to do something so crazy that it surpassed the memory card erasing part. Like, you got to give the horror. And if Konami could do that, dude, I think if Konami did Eternal Darkness 2, it sold very well, Silent Hill would definitely have to come to Switch. It would have to.
I mean, I think it would dig them out of the bad press they got with the Kojima project being canceled.
Yeah.
And I think Switch has enough good will towards it that if Konami went that route and was like, yeah, we can do it. So this
is, and a lot of people kind of, they still have their viewpoint of Konami. That's good and fine. I just bet you, if this is might be a little bit shade to Death Stranding, but if Stranding fails and Silent Hill is on Switch and that succeeds, that's going to say a lot. That's going to bring up a lot of conversation between Kojima Productions and what Konami is at this point. Is at that point.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, there's it's literally an open book right now, and like some of these things might sound crazy, but we've seen crazy. Nintendo announced cardboard last week, so you know what? We can say whatever we want. I'm sure we'll revisit this topic a few more times in the next couple weeks or months leading up to E3. I do want to do an E3 predictions episode.
Yes.
But I want to, like, it's weird because I want to save that episode for after the next Direct.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we both agree that maybe that next Direct is coming at the beginning of February. Like, I think that's like the general consensus, especially if they have Steep and some of these third-party games to announce and some other things they want to get out before E3. But, you know, we do want to visit that topic, and we do kind of want to...
And if it comes to a mini block, like a emergency mini block, we might just have to jump on it.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know what we did with the last Direct Mini and the Nintendo Labo stuff. Like, we're gonna keep that React stuff up, and I hope we know about the next Direct ahead of time so we can do like a watch along or something. So we'll keep you posted, obviously. But
yes,
this has been another amazing episode of Nintendo Power Block. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at NGR Power Block and on Instagram at Nintendo Power Block. You can now subscribe to us at the easy YouTube link at youtube.com/NGR Radio. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing.
Yay!
Again, I'm proud of everybody that, you know, works with us on the other shows, and, you know, Ed's been with me for a long time, even before NGR started. So I'm proud of everybody, and I'm proud of the work that everybody's put in, and you know, hopefully we'll continue to grow and do better and build better things and finally get some other projects off the ground. And I know we're both off next week, a couple of days, so we're gonna work on pumping out some extremely good content next week. I'm excited, especially for Wednesday. I'm excited. So Wednesday and Thursday I'm off next week, so I'm pretty excited.
Which reminds me, I need to go to Barnes and Noble. I gotta see if they got the new Edge magazine for this month. I know they had the Monster Hunter one, but I wonder if they got the new one because I want to check something in there. But go ahead, Corey. I'm sorry.
So yeah, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Even if you're an audio listener, we want to continue to grow. Our next milestone for special YouTube things, quote unquote, is 500 subs. So that's our next goal. You know, slow and steady wins the race, I know, and I know a lot of our shows are audio only, but we've been doing a good job of getting the YouTube only stuff up, and our reacts are fun, and, you know, getting everybody else involved in, like, the NGP Gaming Challenge is fun, and Ed and I and Jesse have discussed maybe doing a POW Block book club or an Arsenal X book club or just like a NGR Radio book club in general, so maybe we'll have news on that. But Ed, where can the good people of the internet find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at ThatRetroCode, and you can find my podcast Optional Opinion on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, and other podcast apps. Also, everybody, if you go to SoundCloud, check out a podcast called X to Jump. It's a PlayStation podcast with JR, Oliver, and Ryder Sweat. This week, I was with JR, and we had a great discussion about some PlayStation things. So I was special co-host on that. So check it out.
Yeah, I'll have to add their link to can you send me their information after the show so I can add it to Friends of NGR? I'll do all of that. Check out also World 11 podcast and Arsenal X podcast here on NGR Radio. You can find me at CorianHD on Twitter and Instagram. They are the same now. So I know some people were like, hey, you're not that Corey in HD isn't like, so it's COREYNHD. just the letters NHD. So it's not IN. I wish it was, but can't have it all, guys. Can't have it all. You can also find me writing on ngrradio.com. I've got 3 reviews going up next week, so I'm very, very excited. I'm reviewing my Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild review should be available on Monday. My Super Meat Boy review should be up on Wednesday. And I think Matt and I are going to do a little commentary track for a video for Super Meat Boy. And then my review on Lumo should be available next week as well sometime. So I'm very excited to get back to writing. Check out Matt's top 10 albums of 2017.
Yes.
It's a good read. Even I liked it, and I'm not even a big music guy. So check it out, ngrradio.com. Check out our reacts. Check out Expansion Pack on Mondays at noon, and our mini blocks when we get a chance to do them. Thank you so much for watching, and until next week, we love you.
Bye, everybody. Woohoo!
You